Yeah, man, I think my longest boss review is the Godskin Duo one because I talk about
Ooh.
every single Godskin fight. 'Cause I really wanted to express the reason why it's so long because I want to express my full in-depth perspective on how I feel about them because the Godskin Duo is it definitely broke me in Elden Ring just because of how broken itself is.
I've
Um,
heard a lot of people really did not enjoy the Godskin duo.
and I'm very stubborn, so I didn't want to use sleeping pods. I used sleeping pods on my first playthrough. I felt terrible because I felt like I kind of copped out, out of my playstyle. And so on my second character, I managed to do it. I took a while trying to kink out the RNG aspects, which are a lot. Um, and of course, the first fight in the review is the Godskin duo. Then I have the Apostle, the Noble. The Noble ended up being my favorite boss. And then
Hmm.
I got the Godskin duo in the Spirit Caller Cave. And so that stretched out to I think 11 minutes, and man, the amount of writing I had to do for that one was incredible.
Yeah, I've only heard a lot of like really, really negative things about the Godskin duo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and a lot of people were like, "What the hell from Soft?"
Yeah,
they
I know. It's one of my biggest disappointments. One of my biggest disappointment in the series, along with the Dragon God from Demon Souls.
The Dragon God, I guess it was kind of a cool thing to look at, but it wasn't really much. But yeah,
Yeah.
the Godskin duo, I heard it felt very much more like, Ornstein and Smo. They were cool because they had chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
The fast and the slow. Okay, so you got to be always be looking out so Smo doesn't catch you from behind with his little hammer drag attack. But you also need to be keeping an eye on Ornstein so he doesn't do his little zippy dash around the arena and stab you with a spear.
Yeah.
And it made for a really cool dynamic, but they were also rarely attacking at the same time because Smo took 2 years to wind up an attack and Ornstein took like half a second to wind up an attack. So you were never trying to dodge, like two things at the same time. But then the Godskin duo, the fat one is the faster one and the skinny one is slower but still really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like Ornstein and Super Ornstein instead of just fighting Ornstein.
But yeah, the fireballs was the most problematic about that design because you could be concentrating on one even though he's separated, and you also got to worry about a fireball that's out of out of the screen.
Dude, just be a Jedi. Use the Force.
I know.
Duh.
Sometimes I had to use cautionary rolling. I
Mhm.
that started with Rom the Vacuous Spider with those little spiders. You kind of
Mhm.
just had to sense when one's about to hit you, but it's still terrible.
I've done that so many times with my friends where like I play Vayne in League of Legends and she has a dodge roll. And there are so many times where there'll be a fight, and then like a stealth enemy will use something, or like somebody will use a cross map ultimate that I had no way of seeing, but I'll suddenly just dodge out of the way. And they're like, "How the hell did you see that?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm a Jedi, probably."
Yeah,
So
yeah, I understand, man. Well, let's go ahead and hear your number three.
number three is Dark Souls and really the Soul series as a whole.
Gotcha.
I love the Souls games. They are absolutely something else. Like the main series of the Souls games. Just for reference, I'm including in this specific. I have not played Sekiro, so
Ooh,
I'm an awful person. I'm including Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. Yes, even 2. I know I'm a disgusting, disgusting blight upon the world. Bloodborne, and what little I have played of Elden Ring because I am so far behind on games. That is what I am including in my Dark Souls. But Dark Souls 1 is my golden child for this entry.
nice, nice. Yeah, Dark Souls used to be my number one actually, but I'll get to that when I get to my list.
It's Frogun, isn't it?
Oh, you'll find out. But I would talk further about this one, but I feel like we're going to touch on Dark Souls so many times that we already have touched on Dark Souls for a while in this podcast alone. So, did you want to say anything else?
Dark Souls good.